नाम देने वाला पैदा करने वाले से बहुत बड़ा होता है, बहुत बड़ा होता है। बिकॉज नाम देने वाला आपको दुनिया देता है, पैदा करने वाला आई डोंट नो उसको मैं किस उसमें डालेंगे हम लोग। बट पैदा करना इज लाइक, पैदा तो कोई भी कर सकता है यार। आजकल तो इतने ऑप्शंस आ गए हैं, साइंस हैज इम्प्रूव्ड सो मच, देयर इज नो वैल्यू ऑफ बर्थ और somebody giving birth. There's no value, it's just a bragging. हाँ ठीक है, woman goes through so much of pain and this and that, and you know, बच्चे का दर्द कोई नहीं बताता। The baby which is growing inside, you know, the process of developing is as painful as the person who's feeling it. You're feeling it because you're naturally bound to feel that pain, because there is a baby growing inside you and it's taking space, and all your organs and system inside is getting squeezed because the space is taken by the baby. So I understand that there's a different emotion attached to it. There's a different pain attached to it, and but otherwise nobody talks about the pain or what the child is going through inside. But this is how uh, the mindset is. जो लोग ग्रो हो रहे होते हैं लाइफ में, दुनिया उन्हें इसी तरीके से देखती है कि भाई उनकी जिंदगी में कोई तकलीफ नहीं है। तो जब बच्चा पैदा होता है तो दुनिया को माँ का दर्द दिखता है, बच्चे का दर्द नहीं दिखता कि बच्चा किस इन्वायरमेंट से डेवलप हुआ, अंदर कितने एसिड्स होते हैं, कितना कुछ होता है, उनको फाइट करके किस तरीके से डेवलप करके, और kids who actually push them own self inside, from inside to out, along with mother, but they also make an effort of coming out, you know, and the pressure that they go through, it's not easy. नॉट ईजी। आपके घर में आग लगे और मैं एक छोटा सा छेद बना दूं, इसमें से निकल जाओ, निकल सकते हो? तो हाउ विल यू गो? आई मेक अ लिटिल मोर बिगर स्पेस फॉर यू। वो कौन सा गेम खेलते थे हम इन माय चाइल्डहुड? आई यूज्ड टू प्ले दिस गेम, सर्कस। उसमें लाइन पे बैठ के क्यूट सा एक टॉडलर यूज्ड टू जंप फ्रॉम द फायर रिंग्स। if you have to do that, can you do that? There's a different pressure, there's a different uh, force that you go through, and there's it has its own experience and pain. The child who is developing inside is facing his developmental experience, and nobody's teaching him there how to develop. He's developing all by himself, naturally, and he's using all his senses and make creating a position, and what do you call it, revolving, crowning is the word. He's crowning and he's finally finding his own space, how to come out from his mother's womb to the external world. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about a child's effort, a baby's effort. Okay, and then dealing with so many people who can speak while the baby has a different language altogether, and and cannot connect with the language of others. Just use words in broken pieces. कितनी स्ट्रगल होती होगी उस बच्चे की। वैसे ही लाइफ में अडल्ट किड्स होते हैं। अडल्ट किड्स क्यों कह रही हूँ मैं? बिकॉज दे डोंट हैव गाइडेंस। People like me, for instance, when I never had guidance, in a way, I did had a lot of good people. I'll mention the names who did tell me a couple of things to uh, make me a better person. People like Shreya Singh. Shreya Singh. I don't know her last name. I'm forgetting her last name, maybe. Singh, I don't know. Shreya from Tommy, I remember. As much as I remember. Shreya would say that, Anam, she analyzed this in me that, Anam, you have a panic button and you should not press that. She told me once. I registered it in my head. I never used my panic button. All the while I was working with Jimmy Choo, I never used my panic button. I have been very calm. I have been writing emails and communicating in a very organized fashion, but I never used my panic button. I have never had my voice loud in the store. I've never uh, did anything that is not professionally right. And whatever happened, like every time when I decided to leave Jimmy Choo, that was for my personal growth because I wanted to grow. I wanted to go. The only reason of leaving Jimmy Choo was the growth factor. I wanted to grow more. I wanted to see myself differently. And when I received the opportunity as an associate retail head, I was like, this is the best turning point in my career, and I'll take it forward. But the environment of that store was very negative, and I just felt that I have joined as an associate retail head, but I'm not uh, getting the right direction here. I'm being asked to uh, do things which I have been doing, and I was still doing it because I know I've seen my associate retail head also doing it. So I did not mind. Okay, I'll focus on floor. I'll stand. I'll do the VM. I'll do this because there was no induction at the first place. There was nobody who's telling me what is the brand philosophy. There's no one who's telling me that what kind of VM standards they have and what they follow. So I'm doing my own thing. There's nothing. And then I was given a picture that when I communicated to this man from the brand Heel and Buckle, he said, Anam, you have to see it, you have to create it because we've just started and we have nothing that we so I was giving my own inputs in VM, how we should do it, of course based on my last experience. Not that I was creating a second Jimmy Choo there, but I was collaborating and incorporating those ideas. You should have there should have been a professional way at the first place. You should have conducted some induction. I think everybody, no matter what is your profile, everyone needs to go through an induction and needs to understand the philosophy of the uh, business that you have joined. There's no other way around. You otherwise a person is going to do what they have been doing in the past. The other philosophy is going to collaborate with your philosophy. So you might as well know what is your business standard and what is your business guidelines, and you should in the immediate joining of first week you should not let the person be on floor and at the hot selling area. The person should actually be part of uh, the business training, which is very essential, and that has been missing. That has been completely missing. So you can't just keep swimming your way. There different techniques. You might learn the basic swimming. Somebody throws you in the water. You might learn cycling, and because you know that okay, I have to keep doing cycling in the water, and I'll be up. That is just survival. That is just survival. You want to explore the ocean. You need to know the techniques. You need to know the skills, and that requires training. Otherwise you'll just be somebody who's just a pool level person, not an ocean level. Ocean is a different level altogether, and you need it requires different facilities. It requires different kind of an oxygen. It requires different kind of clothing. It requires different kind of skills for you to uh, sustain underground, and you have to learn that. So sales is like throwing you into the pool, not in the ocean. You're in the pool with everybody else, and you're just splashing, enjoying, and uh, doing your thing, which is attracting more people to be at that surface level and probably buy, yeah, the caps and costumes. Okay, when we talk about understanding market more closely, you need to get into the skin of it, and that really requires training, good training. Associate retail head is a title which is not just about what I have seen my associate retail head doing. That is something which I've seen, that okay, now I've seen her doing it. It's like I watch my teacher teaching. Does that make me a teacher? No, that will not make me a teacher. What will make me a teacher? To understand what are the teaching skills will make me a teacher. To understand uh, the responsibility of a teacher will make me a teacher. To understand the skills of a teacher will make me a teacher. I don't know craft. I'm pathetic at it. My teachers are very good with craft. SUPW. I have no idea. I cannot do that. I don't know how many stitches are there. I know the basic running stitch. That's all that I know. I can't do stitching. I can start a business of fashion, but I cannot be a tailor. It's that simple. It's that simple. And I don't think so that people should yeah, I'm not getting that right word. People should not expect that much from you. Expectation kills a lot that a person can do it without expectation. I'm expecting this to do like a perfect daughter-in-law. The image of a perfect daughter-in-law is that she'll take care of everybody in the house and not taking care of herself, and nobody asking her if she's taking care of herself. I get to ask today to my sister-in-laws, and I don't expect them to take care of anyone except their own family and except their own people, and people of their choice, whatever whoever they are comfortable with, because you cannot take care of someone you're not comfortable about. It's that simple. I and this is something which I've learned from my real estate experience. The variety of people I came across, and there are few people I want to entertain, and there are few people I don't want to entertain because I'm not comfortable entertaining them. It's that simple. So you are not bound to do it. You're not bound to do. I can be nice to them, just like few guests coming in my house. I can be nice to them, but I don't feel the need and importance of sitting with them and having a cup of tea or whatever. It's that simple. So you keep your own distance from such people because you know your limitation. You know that this vibe is going to ruin you. This uh, this is not matching to your potential. You don't want to be associated with that, which is a fact. I know professionally I have been someone who's been like very extrovert. I'm not an introvert person. Uh, but at professional front, I have been extremely extrovert, and I've been very open and vocal about how I have perceived the business. And I have been bold enough to carry out dresses and outfits which many people, as at a sales level, feel not so confident, but they're very easy to judge you on whatever you wear. You cannot wear. I remember wearing a transparent Tommy linen Georgette shirt. I think it was Georgette material, but no, it was not linen. It was Georgette, transparent Georgette, and black, very smart shirt. I don't know where is that shirt. It's missing from my wardrobe now. And I used to wear it I wore it with my lingerie inside. It looked very classy. And got that, I extracted that idea from in one of the conferences when I saw somebody wearing it. I was like, wow, it's looking very stylish. I carried that at store level. And I remember I even sold one of the shirts that day. And one of the client liked it a lot. It was female client, not even a male client. One of the female client complimented that shirt and she said, you're carrying it very well. It's looking really smart. And I was like, yeah, thank you, and um, I showed her where it's available and she liked it pretty well. So it's, you're working with people from different backgrounds and mindsets, judgmental people. They don't understand that we are here to do business. If you're so judgmental, you might as well you might as well work with an Indian store, not with an international brand. And because I'm a kind of a person who can actually wear a bikini and sell the bikini at the bikini store, you know. And I've been very open about it. That if I am associated with a brand or a product, they have a certain product. Obviously, I have to carry that product with me. I have to showcase that product, and it's not just about mannequin wearing it. Mannequin has is it's just like you're hanging something on a mannequin. Somebody might like it. People don't really, uh, eyes really don't attract a mannequin. Like, like I really don't focus on a mannequin, to be very honest. Uh, I might have my best outfit on the mannequin, but I think the, the life carries the product best. And someone with energy and life and, you know, uh, it's gonna pull out the product well. Why do you have models in today's time? They can walk the ramp with. Why do we don't just make a mannequin stand wearing a product and you go and see the fashion show? Will that make sense? No, that won't make sense. So you have to wear the dress, you have to wear the product, and that is when it hits. Why is the psychology? Because when you have social events like weddings or birthdays and anniversaries and whatever events you are part of and you collaborate, people like to dress and you like each other's dress. And so many times I have admired my cousins wearing certain things and I'm like, yeah, even I'm gonna get something of that sort. you know I remember my cousin wearing a fish cut and she looked damn hot in that. I remember my other cousin wearing a lehenga with a choli and that looked very hot. So I did not get a push for the confidence by just watching celebrities wearing it. I got a push and confidence when I saw somebody in my family wearing it. Family gives you the confidence. So, no matter how many mannequins you put, if you don't have a client touch point and you do not create that emotional bond with your uh, associates, your what do you call your client and your client from with the guest with the host, you won't feel the need of buying it. You because you don't have that personal touch point where the other person is wearing it and treating you like a host and you're like the best person on the CRM. It's a marketing psychology, and that is what connects you and that is what makes you buy. That's simple. I'm selling a property. I can't sell it without not staying in a property. I can only sell it when I stay in a property, I experience the property, I invite people as my guests and they like it. They like what I do. They connect with my body language. They connect with how I address the kitchen. They connect with how I use my bedroom, how I take care of my wardrobe. They connect with how I, uh, you know, enjoy the jacuzzi or use the bar and everything. So these these things matter. These are the touch points. They matter to her. And my psychology is very different when I think of the reason I could not do a real estate sales is this, because I'm not somebody who wants to push a product, just like buy it. That's not my kind of a sale. I come from a background where I have been using the product, whether by buying it or by receiving it. I cannot sell it without that. It's that simple. And there's no rocket science because experience is everything. And you can only sell something so exclusive when you're part of that exclusivity. Not when you're part of uh, a word of mouth, or part of a system where we are trying to encash something. I'm selling this product to you. I can't. I can't do that. That's weird.